This one is a story from the teachings of the Buddha, and I'm extracting this from one of the talks I had heard, trying to put it into context. We oftentimes get caught in this confusion about right and wrong. So, we apply a bunch of different methods to try and figure out what is right and what is wrong. So there's logic, there is emotion, there is culture, there are beliefs, and a bunch of other things. And yet, I don't think there is a short way of being able to decide what is right and what is wrong, because we still end up, applying certain convenient angles or perspectives to situations to still decide whether that particular thing is right or wrong. However, the Buddha had a very different and a very simplistic approach to being able to decide right from wrong. He said, whatever you do with awareness is right, and whatever you do while unaware is wrong. So you could be doing the most charitable of things and the most beautiful thing on the face of it, and if you're unaware, it probably isn't necessarily the right thing to be done. And conversely, you could be doing something that is absolutely horrendous on the face of it, and you are completely self-aware. It's very likely that you've got it right. And let me put this thing into perspective, because I've thought a lot about this. Imagine something as simple as a knife, right? What is the first thing that comes to your head? Chopping vegetables, fruits, cooking essentially, meat maybe for some, and basically cooking, right? And then there are other not so pleasant uses of the knife, to hurt someone, to cause harm one way or the other. And if I ask you directly as to which one of these is right and which one of these is wrong, it seems like a very obvious answer, doesn't it? However, let me put this same thing into perspective from a different angle. Think about a warrior or a soldier. Now, they've got to wield these weapons, something similar to a knife, if not a knife exactly. And they're going to use it for exactly the opposite of chopping vegetables, don't you think? Now, is that right? Is that wrong? How do you know? It's the same thing. It's the same exact act that we're talking about, and yet our perspective suddenly changes. Now, this is because of the conditioning that we've gone through, wherein we are probably going to associate what the soldier does with the knife as right, versus a criminal using the knife as wrong. However, here's where the learning or the teaching of the Buddha comes in. If the person who's wielding the knife, or wielding any weapon, or wielding anything for that matter, is doing it with complete awareness, it's very likely that they will only be able to do the right thing. Because how can you do something wrong if you are actually aware, if you are actually completely conscious? No one is really intentionally bad per se. They do what they do because they think it is right. So if you're aware and you think it is right, you are going to get it right more often than not. This thing's kind of lifted a load of weight from my brain, at least, in a bunch of situations, because it kind of simplifies how you look at things, at least. Now, how do you confirm that you are aware and ensure that is taken care of? That's a completely different question. So we'll talk about that some other time. But for now, I think this was what I wanted to share with you. I hope it's been interesting at the least, and maybe you take away something from it and apply it to your lives if you can. I appreciate you listening, and as always, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.